Hello, thank you for watching this video first of all. I want to talk a bit about eating in this video and to try and provide some guidance for people who might be going through anorexia or bulimia or binge eating or any sort of eating disorder at the moment. And I'm kind of using my own experience really, because a lot of you may have heard about mindful eating, and that's all about, whatever is on your plate in front of you, you kind of really tune into the food. Like you look at it, what does it look like? Has it got any edges? Is it bumps? Is it curvy? How would you describe it? How would you explain it to someone who couldn't see it? And then obviously you use your different senses. So if you smell it, what does it smell like? What does it taste like? What's the texture like? Is it sweet? Is it sour? Is it smooth? Is it rough? Is it spicy? So all of those things. And I kind of guess because I've been trying to build my connection with food again. I've been trying to find peace and love with my relationship with food again, to really build that relationship up with food. I've been trying out different things really, and I tried out mindful eating, and I acknowledged that, okay, so yeah, I'm tuning into my food in a certain way, but I'm not actually enjoying it. I'm not enjoying the present moment. So I kind of thought, okay, what else could I try then? And I've come up with something that I just want to share with you really, to see if it might help you, because it's helped me, even though it kind of only lasted for a couple of days, just because I've been really struggling at the moment with food. It's definitely something that I'm going to go back to and trying to get back into. And yeah, so I just want to share it with you. So this approach that I came up with, it's actually a mixture of mindful eating, enjoying the present moment, being in the now, in the here and the now, and being in the present, not thinking too much about anything else, not letting any distractions come in, and trying to quieten that eating sort of voice and those thoughts that keep accumulate in your head, and those clouds and all that torment and agony and those feelings of anxiety and fear that go on. And it also actually takes you to a happy place as well. And for some people it might take you to a safe place. So the approach is this, I don't want to ramble on too much. So when you've got something in front of you, let's just choose I wouldn't want to say easy meal, because it's definitely not easy, especially when you've got an eating disorder, but let's try and think of more of a safer food. So let's just think about, I don't know, spaghetti hoops and toast, okay? So a lot of you, if you're adults or if you're older than children at the moment, you may have had that in your childhood. And for me, when I had spaghetti hoops and toast the other day, this is the approach that I use. And what it is when you're eating that food, you taste it, you acknowledge its taste, which is the mindful eating side of things. But what you actually do is, rather than focus on the food, you think of something that reminds you of the spaghetti hoops on toast, or a memory that's associated with that meal. So for example, for me, spaghetti hoops on toast reminds me of my childhood days, and I had a really fantastic childhood. For example, a few of the memories that came to me whilst I was eating my spaghetti hoops on toast was, as a young girl, I was quite mischievous and cheeky, and I remember always eating in the living room, and I used to have these little mats. It's like a tray mat, so you could just put it. It had that cushion underneath that was built in, but it was like a tray, and you could just carry it. And I used to put my plate on there, my meal that my mum and dad had cooked me, And I used to lie on the floor on my tummy and kick my legs up in the air and just watch like the kiddies programs. And so whenever I was eating the spaghetti hoops on toast, that was one of the memories that came to me. And I remember smiling as I was eating the spaghetti hoops on toast, and it took me away from it took me away from all the torment that was going on in my head, because I was so consumed and indulged in that memory. It was almost like I was there, that I didn't have any space in my head to think about the torment or the agony or the thought or the eating disorder voice. So it actually quietened the eating disorder voice. And it's quite nice, this approach, because you can think of loads of different memories all in one go. So, for example, that was one of the memories that came to me. But then another one of the memories that came to me was, when you're a kid and you have spaghetti hoops, you try and pick the hoops up with your fork. And that made me chuckle, actually, because I do remember doing that. And also another memory that came to me was when I was in primary school, and I used to love playing football at dinner time. So, whenever we'd eat dinner in primary school, we'd all rush out to play football and make the most of the dinner hour. We'd get proper muddy on the fields and we'd have a right laugh, Oh, pardon me. And another memory was school dinners in itself, like how you used to have the ice cream scoop to pick up the mashed potato, and like chicken dippers and the beans. They were like the best dinners you could ever have. And I like the cakes as well, the proper hard chocolate cake. And everyone used to fight over the skin on a custard. And I remember when I was eating my spaghetti hoops and toast, it was an enjoyable experience, rather than actually trying to, try and block the eating disorder out by trying not to think about it. It was so much easier to just think about something else, something happy that made me smile. But what I will say is, obviously, this approach is good if the memories are really good that's associated with the food that you're eating. If you've got memories that may not be as positive, then I wouldn't recommend this approach at all. But obviously, if you want to try it out. You may be able to change the approach a bit to suit your needs and requirements, suit what you want to accomplish out of trying to recover from your eating disorder, trying to get rid of your eating disorder. But yeah, so I just wanted to share that with you, just to see if you want to give it a go, really, because it's definitely helped me. And I think it's these little steps that we have to take to actually move forward, because I think we beat ourselves up a lot of the time, and I think we can look at the things that we haven't done. Like for me, for example, I beat myself up so easily, and I focus on the things that I haven't managed to do. Like I beat myself up this morning, actually, because before I had breakfast, I thought to myself, right, I'm just gonna go downstairs, I'm just gonna feel what I want for my breakfast, I'm gonna body scan, what does my body want, what does my body need? Because obviously, I'm trying to tune into my body, and I use my psychic abilities. Whenever I body scan, I get a visualization of the meal that I should eat, and I see it in my tummy, and that helps me to know that is actually what my body wants and needs at this time. And not only my body, but what my whole being needs at this time. And I remember walking down the stairs to go into the kitchen, and I visualised some toast in my tummy, and it was seeded toast, like seeded bread, So you've got a protein on there, and so it's really quite nutritious in itself. And whenever I came into the kitchen, I saw my bananas, and I thought, oh, I really actually do fancy a banana. And I started panicking then, because I thought, well, no, I can't have both. I can't have toast and banana. And automatically the eating sort of got in the way, and was like, bam, bam, thank you, ma'am, here I am. This is my cue to come in now and take over. And then automatically I started calorie counting, didn't I? I thought, I was thinking, if I have toast and banana, I can't have this for my dinner, I can't have that for my tea, or if I do have that, what calories is it going to add up to? Will I need to restrict? Will I need to do more exercise? And it's got so tormenting for me, and I beat myself up because I said to myself, I'm not going to calorie count today, I'm just going to go with the flow and just continue to body scan throughout the day. And Archangel Michael was with me this morning, and I've been asking the divine for help, and I kind of feel like I've let them down as well because the eating sort of managed to get in their way. And I kind of feel like a failure because I couldn't stop the eating disorder getting in my way. And I just feel like I've let myself down and the divine down because I've done what I didn't want to do. And I think it's so easy to focus on those things, the things that we haven't managed to do, or perhaps the things that we've done that we didn't want to. So, for example, exercising. And we don't actually give ourselves credit for the things that we do actually manage to do, the things that we do actually manage to accomplish. So, for example, for me, I've managed to cut down the amount of time I go on the cross trainer down from 20 to 16 minutes. But then I don't give myself enough credit for that because I've almost compensated for in other areas by doing more exercise in other areas, and I kind of think I've let myself down yet again. When actually I should be thinking, you know what, Leanne, you've actually done a really good job there. You've accomplished something. You've taken one step forward by actually reducing that amount of time you've done on the exercise bike on that cross trainer. It was excruciating for you to have done that, and yet you did it, and you're sticking to it. Even though you are doing more exercise in other ways, really pat yourself on your back for actually doing that, for actually reducing that time down. So you have to give yourself credit for the little things that you do manage to do, because if you don't, it's almost like a self-harm in a way, because you're putting yourself down all the time. And I think it's so difficult going through an eating disorder and you beat yourself up all the time and you feel so ashamed of having an eating disorder and you feel like you're not moving forward and you're not getting better. But actually, if you break it down and you look at what you've accomplished, you're doing amazingly well. And, from me to you, everything that you've done to try and help yourself, I want to give you a really big hug for that, because if you can't give yourself credit for it, I certainly am giving you credit. I certainly am giving you credit for it, because I think you're so strong, and I think you're an inspiration, and you are strong and you are powerful and you can do it. And well done for achieving these accomplishments. Well done for actually trying, and that's the most important thing. It's just trying. And I just want to give you a big, massive cuddle for doing that. I give you so much credit for it. So thank you for watching this video. I hope it helped. I'll put my email address down on this video, just if you want to ping anything across to me to say whether it helped you or not, anything. I just kind of want to connect with other people and trying to find my soul tribe in a way, trying to lift us all up, you know what I mean? So thank you.